Hey YouTubers, just wanted to say thank you for coming to my channel that I accidentally started. Yes, you heard that right. It was an accident, but here we are, and I'll explain that in a second. Just want to let you know I'm Christopher Ford. I was diagnosed with a very rare and aggressive cancer called Sinonasal PDNEC on May 30th, actually. I forgot I was a week off of my last video. If this is your first time, check out the link below, and that'll show you my first video where I go over a lot of that stuff. Anyway, wanted to give you guys kind of an update. I know I've been out for a month or haven't done any video updates since then because, yes, I took the Europe trip, which was very much needed, and with everything still taking so much time, I don't regret. So to give you an idea with the accidental channel here, I I meant to upload a video for my friends and family for Facebook, but because I was in a hurry, I knew it was going to take a long time to upload that long of a video, so I decided to put it on YouTube and let YouTube kind of upload it while I was out mini golfing for my birthday with friends, and then just share the link on Facebook. So that's what I did, and all good, all great. But you know, a day or two later, I was in Europe, and on my birthday, I woke up, just checked, and I realized 6,000 views. What is going on with my friends and family? Are they okay? Are they, I mean, not to be not worried, but are they more worried than they should be? Like, who is obsessively watching this over and over because I don't have, you know, 1,000 people watching it like 6 times? And then I realized, oh, this is a public channel. Forgive me as I wipe it out for obvious reasons. So by the time I got home, it was 30,000 views and 1,000 subscribers, and which is a blessing. It's great. There's nothing else on that channel. But yeah, so I decided I will go ahead and continue this, I guess. It surprises me that there's so many people who just randomly find it. And yeah, I'm the kind of person I'm a helper. I know a lot of people say, you know, when they vent to somebody, oh, I don't want to bring you down. I'm the kind of person that doesn't do that at all. Like if somebody chooses to vent to me, it actually makes me feel good because it makes me feel like they've chosen me to actually try to help them with a problem or something. And while I am down with this stuff, I'm gonna. It will make me feel good to have some sort of purpose, something I can do. And I also thought about it, you know, with 1,000 people looking at this or watching me through this, I have to think like there's some people who are just randomly finding it, didn't mean to find cancer at all, but you know, here they are. But there's a good number of people, and thank you, by the way, guys, for all the comments. That was really, really wonderful and helpful to see. Because I have a great support system. I really, really do. Friends, family, all of it. But just to have the additional, you know, pour out of support where you wouldn't expect it, is really a blessing. So thank you for all of the help, the comments, even the questions that you had. But in what I was gonna say is, you know, 1,000 people, 1,000 subscribers. I just think in this there's got to be like a mom somewhere trying so hard to find research for her kid, or a husband who's trying to like find information for their wife. And I am a researcher, y'all. Like I go hard. So if I can help anybody at all, and I know it sounds so cliche, but it's true. If I can, like by doing my own research and just, you know, if there's anything that in my stuff that relates to yours, so happy to be there. So happy to, again, have purpose while I'm going through a really rough time in my own personal life. So that is that. So I'm really glad that all of you guys are here. Again, thank you for all the encouragement and tips, by the way. So in this, I do have some updates. I went into updates sooner than later, but I will tell you that it has been a nightmare, and it's been so many stupid things. I can't even begin to tell you I will go into that more later. The reason I haven't updated until now, though, is because I don't want to update until I have something that sticks, that's actually solid, because I've been, given things, taken back, authorizations for doctors, these kinds of things. Oh, great, the doctor can see you, but not the medical oncologist can see you, but the radiation oncologists, they're out of your network. So then it's going to be 3 more weeks or so. There is so many things like this. There are referrals that have gotten lost. There are things that have gone to the wrong departments. I will explain all of that in my next video when I have the solid whole big picture for everybody. I don't want to, give information that is not going to stick. But there's a lot for the next one. But this video I just wanted to make for the people on YouTube, not necessarily for family and friends. Again, just to be like, hey, nice to have you here. And again, thanks for joining. A couple quick things. The stuff I'll share eventually is, any of the facts that I get about cancer, general things, research things. I went to, multiple oncologists by now, and I could give them all my research, but they also forgot to tell me some basic things like life expectancy, or, what I should expect with chemo and radiation. Like, they just were not offering this information. I have to ask all of it. But I will try to pass along my information. I'll take you guys along on my first day of chemo radiation, because that is going to happen, knock on wood, hopefully sooner than later, knock on wood. I knock on wood a lot. I know somebody said it's annoying, but I don't care. It's for me. It makes me feel better, so sorry, not sorry. I'll do that. I'm going to just kind of share personal thoughts as well of what it's like to kind of go through this fight. I know a lot of people like calling it a journey, but I don't know, the word journey doesn't resonate with me because my life is a journey. I don't like the idea journey has an end. So this is not, for me, like I said, great for everybody else, or other people like to use the word. It's not my journey, this is my fights, because heaven knows I have been kicking, screaming, fighting already, and I'm not even on chemo yet, or radiation. So it's definitely felt like that, and it's going to continue, because I've been very blessed, I will say. I really feel like they always say, like, okay, God's going to give you what you can handle. Cool. But in a way, and it sounds silly, but I feel like I was built for this. Like, I am a fighter. I am the nicest, sweetest person in the world, and I know you guys all know somebody like this. I am the kindest person who will give and give and give. It's like the giving tree until I'm down to a stump. But when you back me into a corner, when you're going to be such an unreasonable person that there is no reasoning with you anymore, I am sorry, not sorry. It's happening, and I will do whatever I need to do to live, because this is not, oh, somebody cut my hair bad. No, this is my life. We're not playing this. We're not doing this, dude. Like, we're going. So if you want to put things off, cool. Anyway, again, I'll get more into that. I've had to be on the phone with people and say, no, you're not going to email them. You're going to call them, and I'm going to be on the phone with you. Cool? Awesome. Cool. It's a fight. My life is a journey. This cancer thing, it's a fight. So when I say something like, Chris's cancer fight, it's not Chris's cancer. It's not that I'm owning the cancer. Somebody was, really particular about the wording too. It's Chris's fight that happens to include cancer for me. I know words have power. I don't have to appease anybody with my words. I have to appease me with what I feel good about. But, just so you guys know, that's what I'm dealing with there. I wanted to answer some of the questions and comments that I got. Again, thank you guys for questions. Even if I don't know you, I love to be able to help out, and forgive me if I don't get to all of them, because some days I'm going to be busy with phone calls for my own health, and I may not be able to, but I'm going to try the best I can, especially if you have somebody who's going through this and you have a question that I can help you with. A lot of people were saying, find God will heal. You know what? I'm good. My family was asking, a couple members of my family were asking about that too. I grew up in church. I love God. Me and God have a personal relationship, but also I do not force God on anybody. My thing is, God's gonna find you if not if He wants, when and how He wants. It's not up to me to push anything on anybody. I can witness if I want to, but I found my most effective witnessing is when I'm not necessarily trying too hard. Because nobody listens when you're just yelling at them and telling them that they're wrong and horrible and evil and going to hell. My effective witnessing is, people say, "Oh, I let them ask, why are you so positive?" Well, I've got really good things to fall back on. I'll pray over my food. I'll pray at night for people, but you wouldn't even know if I'm praying over my food sometimes because that's for me and God, and that's okay, But yes, so all the Christians out there, please be assured, we are good. We are so good, actually, and I've been very blessed my whole life. And if you are not Christian, that's okay too. Like you don't. I'm not forcing that on anybody. But that's my own life, my own choices, and cool. And then people were asking about vaccinations, and I know somebody kind of came to my rescue in a way of like, oh, that's so rude to ask, or here's the anti-vaxxers. But here's the thing, guys, and I really want people to understand. A lot of people. I can't speak for everybody. I won't make umbrella statements, but a lot of people are just curious and they might be trying to fight for somebody else or for themselves. There is some real belief in, different things, like ivermectin being a solution, or, the vaccinations causing these things. What I will say is, and again, I'm happy to answer any question. There is nothing too personal. It is all good. So if it can help, if there's some people who are just generally asking because it might help them, great. I had both, I believe it was Pfizer vaccinations, and I had one booster because I was traveling during that time. But I will also say that I don't believe that caused this only because people were saying, well, all of a sudden there's these rare cancers. No, the studies I found were from before COVID, so like 2017. So there has been enough. The few studies I found were from before, so this has existed before that, and it's not on a substantial rise because again, I can't find much research about it. And again, believe whatever you want to believe, but I can't say this is because I got a vaccination or because I didn't or anything like that. But again, good question, generally good question, because if you're curious, ask. Not everybody is doing it out of an attack or anything like that. And I want to share my information so that yes, you can go and do your research. But again, 2017 was when some of the studies started that I had found. So, people were getting it before the vaccinations were around. And the last thing I'll say is thank you guys for sharing Melanie Foster Snavely. She has a channel on here. People were sharing her multiple times, so thank you for that. I've been able to watch a good number of videos, and it is nice to see someone. I believe she also has a sinonasal cancer. Please forgive me if that is incorrect. I should have looked it up again before I spoke, but I believe so. And she right now just recently moved to Texas MD Anderson, the hospital I was trying to get into. So really, really happy for her, and hopefully that's going to be amazing for her. If you're just one of these people who are searching the internet and curious about cancer stories, she's got I don't want to say a great one because, I don't wish cancer on anybody, but she was pregnant when she got cancer. She's got a story. So definitely look up her channel, Melanie Foster Snavely. And again, thank you guys for sharing that information. I'll put her the link to her channel below. But yeah, there's a lot of frustration going on right now with insurance. It's been around 2 months, and I have had to be a real stickler without being mean. I've had to be firm. But I will give you guys the tips and tricks of what I've done and what I've seen actually has made movement. And what they were doing before, when I was just being the nicest person, sitting back and doing, not too much besides my research. I have found, even before this, doctors are humans too. They don't know everything. And especially when you're dealing with something so rare, it's going to take some research on your own, and it's okay to bring in. And you want a doctor who's really open to that, because Why are they going to spend so much time researching something incredibly rare when they can be using that time to research something that benefits more of their patients? So I get it, you know, but I've never been the kind of person to just sit back and say, okay, you're the doctor, you know best, I'll do whatever. You can, but if you're not really looking up things for yourself too, at least options, ideas, what are you really doing? You know, we really have to take control, or at least a shared control with that doctor of our own health, because while it's a lovely thought that yes, there are people that will fight for you, and I believe there are, not everybody has all the time to spend researching your individual case because they have other patients and other things going on. But yeah, I'll share more of that in, like I said, my next update video. And yeah, I do know that I'll be on a couple medications, chemos that seem to make you lose your hair and the radiation, so I'm enjoying this while I got it, even with the 1-inch roots right now. But yeah, I guess that's a good place to end. I always like look at this list that I make and wonder if there's something I'm missing, but no, I think it was a really great idea to go to Europe, and I'm really happy to, you know, be blessed with a support system with friends and family. But I'm really happy that you guys are here, and I get some kind of purpose to help out, because, like I said, sometimes I just feel like I'm made for this. Like, I know I can help. And that's one of the best feelings that you can ever have. I think we all just want to, you know, feel needed and loved and wanted. But useful, I think, is one of the things. And I get to be useful not just for me, but for somebody else. So I will take it. Anyway, I will let you guys go. And until next time, I guess I'll say it again. You know, I'm counting my blessings while I got it, and today's a good day. So I hope you're enjoying yours. All right, bye.